everyone, I hope your morning is as good as mine is. My name is Danielle Long. I'm the owner and creator of Lather In Lux here in Dayton, Ohio. So today's soap is going to be a macaroon soap. This was the very first soap that I ever made, but instead of cold process, I made it with melt and pour. And quickly I found out melt and pour does not pipe. It will literally harden up in the blink of an eye. And there are some recipes that you can use to kind of make it pipeable consistency, but you're not going to get the look that you get with a cold process soap piping. But before we start making the macaroon soap, I have a little bit of information for you guys. You can still enter into that giveaway to get your hands on one of these bombshell inspired Victoria's Secret soap bars. And let me tell you guys, it smells so good. Look how cute that is. Isn't that just adorable? So if you want to get your hands on one of these soap bars, in the description box there will be a link with a pink emoji heart next to it, and all you got to do is click on that link, follow the directions, and you will be entered in to win one of these bars for free. Just make sure that the email address that you leave is a valid email address so I can actually get your shipping information from you so you receive your bar. Also, if I do not hear from you within 24 hours of naming the winner, I will have to go ahead and draw a new winner, and you will no longer be able to win that bar. So make sure you are giving me a valid email address so you can get this cute bar. Look at that. Isn't it so cute? And it does smell so good. So let's go ahead and get making that macaroon soap, guys. Hello guys, we're just going to go ahead and jump into soap making. So before I get started, I'm going to be using a scale today to measure out my layers for this soap, because I do want my layers to be pretty even for this newly redesigned soap. Starting off, I am going to be pouring my lye water solution into my oils and stick blend this. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into making this soap. I have some kaolin clay in here. I have already poured my lye water solution. Now all I have to do is blend this up to a light trace so I can get those even layers in the soap, because I am going to be weighing each layer out. Okay, now that I have this soap to a not light trace, because my oils were a little hotter than normal, so it kind of helps speed the trace up a little bit. I am working on trying to make my videos a lot faster, which means less time consuming for you. So I've been working on that. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and bring my scale in and get an accurate measurement of exactly how much oils or how much soap I have in this container. So I can go ahead and start pouring my first layer. So 1202, I need that to be, so each thin layer is going to be 100 grams. The other two are going to be 200 grams. Okay, now that I have all my colors weighed out and poured off, I'm going to go ahead and pour my dark color into my measuring cup at 175 grams. I'm going to go ahead and add some fragrance oil. I can use this up to 28%. This color is going to discolor to a dark brown, and I don't mind because I'm also going to be using Dutch processed cocoa powder in there. Then I'm going to try to mix this in with my spatula as much as I can. And this fragrance smells so delicious, like you can just eat it, because it is called Birthday Cake from Lone Star Candle Supply, and it literally smells like a birthday cake. So that is why I wanted to use this fragrance in the Macaroon soup we are making today. Now these layers are not going to be as even as I would like them to be, because I soaked at a hotter temperature today, not thinking about it. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and bring my mold over here and go ahead and pour this first layer. I'm going to go ahead and tap this down. We might actually just have some even layers in there. That makes me happy. Just means I'm going to have to work faster so we can continue to keep those even layers. So for the first color, I'm going to be doing the yellow accent color. I am going to throw a little bit of titanium dioxide into this. Hopefully that will loosen it up for a second, because titanium dioxide speeds it up even faster. Alright, the last brown. Yay! The last color is going to be purple for the accent layer. When I first started making soap, I wanted to make so many things at one time that they all turned out not so very good because I wanted to go overboard with it, because when you're first jumping into something new, you get excited and you just want to make this and make that without learning the basics of soap making first. So I would highly recommend you do your research before you start making soap, so you don't make those mistakes that I have made when making soap. Fun as far as being creative, coming up with new ideas, things like that is what makes it fun, I think. So my two first soaps that I made, the first one was a mermaid soap. I made that with melt and pour soap, which when I first started using melt and pour soap, I had no idea that it would harden up so fast. So I was trying to pipe with melt and pour soap the first time, and that was a absolute disaster. Like, disaster. I had hardened soap everywhere. Like, I had it in the bag, on the counter, in the bowls. Then I looked up how to pipe melt and pour, and I quickly realized that you cannot use melt and pour to pipe soap. You have to use the cold process, and that is when I decided that I wanted to learn how to make cold process soap. And that was a little over 2 years ago. So I have definitely improved upon my skills. I have learned a lot along the way as well. When I first started soaping, there was very few to look up to, I would say, or I just didn't know the right people or how to even find them. But I did, and then when I started mastering other things, I decided to come up with my own recipe. And so there is a website you can go to called soapcalc.com, and that is when I started to play around with samples and decide which one I liked best for my business. Of course, I didn't want something that somebody already had, because to me that's cheating, and I like doing things on my own if I can. I mean, there's not like a whole lot of things. There's a whole lot of things you can do, but when it comes down to certain things, there's not very many you can do. So some are going to look like others. I just try to improve on those a little bit. Not saying that theirs are worse or better than mine. I just want to make it too, and because I like it. If I think something is pretty, then I want to make it. This is my last color accent, and at this point I am ready to be done. I was not that I wasn't prepared. My kids were a bit noisy, and then I soaped at a hotter temperature with my oils than I normally do, not thinking about it because I was trying to hurry up, and that did not pay off very well. So I'm just going to try to smooth this last color out the best that I can. But I think it's still overall going to be a very pretty soap, in my opinion. Also, I'm trying to get ahead in my video making so that they're not like back to back to back me making them. It's nice to be a little bit of ahead so I can kind of work on other things and not be behind. I will tell you, I am definitely excited for the fall season coming up. Okay. Alright, and that concludes my soap. I'm just going to bang this down a little bit to kind of get it flat on the top. I'll be back. Just going to spritz that with a little bit of alcohol, and we're going to come back and pipe the top of the soap and put some soap embeds on there, and you guys are going to see that. Hello guys, and good morning. We are back to cut the macaroon soap, and I figured out why my phone did not record certain things was because I actually ran out of memory space on my SD card. So I actually didn't get any of the video of me piping this soap, and like you guys, if you follow me, you've seen that I did not get the cutting of the I Was Hair Area 51 soap. So at least it's going to be kind of a surprise what the soap looks like on the inside a little bit. But you kind of get the idea as we go through the soap that, you know, I'm just pouring the layers. So we're going to go ahead with starting to cut this soap. See what it looks like on the inside. Just want to make sure it's lined up evenly so I'm not cutting into any of the embeds. Alright, our first cut. And there is what it looks like on the inside. Now, when I made the soap, the oils were hot still, so when I blended it together, it did start to harden up pretty fast. But that was okay because, I mean, it still turned out pretty good. And as you can see, that the soap will discolor to this dark brown along the edges, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. It'll make those brighter colors pop a lot more. And you got your macaroon on the top with just a little colorful gumball with sprinkles on it over there. And go ahead and cut the next one. I just want to line it up on the cutter. There we go. I'm pushing down evenly and gently so I do not make any drag marks in the soap, which sometimes does happen. And here is another bar. On the top, you have your colored macaroon with your little soapy gumball with some hollow glitter and some pastel color shavings of soap. The glitter is biodegradable from Nurture Soap. Most of the colorants I use are from Brambleberry or Nurture Soap. Those are the only two places that I have purchased some. So I would like to try some from other places. And this is, like I said, one of the first soaps that I started making, but with melt and pour. And I will put in a picture of the first soap that I made in the video for you guys so you can see the updated version of the Macaroon soap. And I scented it with the birthday fragrance from Lone Star Candle Supply. And I did use a little bit of Dutch cocoa powder. So, the first time that I ever tried a macaroon soap, an actual macaroon pastry, I was in Vegas this past summer, and I bought one. I don't remember the name of the store. It was by Margaritaville down at the end, and it was like $3, almost $4 for like a tiny macaroon like this, which I guess is normal. I tried the chocolate and the lemon. I love lemon, but to me the lemon I think was a bit too strong for my taste. If it was a little more lighter of a lemon, then I would have liked it a little bit better. But I did try this brownie and it was absolutely divine. It had Dutch processed cocoa powder on it. And it was a rich brownie, but I am a dessert junkie, and I love junk food. So, here is what the macaroon soap looks like after all the bars are cut. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're interested. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. And there are a few different colors. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make that video. As much as I had fun making it, I think it's definitely an improvement from my very first macaroon soap. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Is it better than my first one or not so better? But I think I know what you guys are going to say. Anyways, if you want to get your hands on one of these macaroon soaps, they will be available to purchase in my Etsy shop on August 21st. And if you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.